Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. This is a GY6 engine. It is 150 cc's and wonderful engine. Torque converter inside, centrifugal clutch, reverse gear, the whole shooting match. The one thing I really dislike about this engine is this electronic choke. When you start the engine up, you get full choke, so the engine will start. So if you're an experimenter like me, you can bolt this up to something, start it up, and it'll run. The choke engages and it'll run. The problem is you have to apply electrical power to this thing, and basically the way you apply electrical power is one phase one coil from your stator, and you got to go through a 10 ohm resistor and all that kind of trivia. So you start it up, but you really can't ride it because your choke's on all the time and it doesn't run properly. What if there's a way around this? And here we have the way around it. This is less than a $20 carburetor eBay deal, and what it has is a manual choke on it. I call this a cable choke. They call it a cable choke too. Showed up broken. Right, that little piece was broken off. The eyelet typically comes up and you pull it with the cable to turn it on and off. So here is what it looks like and where you get it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, happens to come with this brake cable. And it's like 18 bucks, postage delivered. It shows up in 3 days. And power cycle parts. Right, it's got good feedback and all that. So for 18 bucks you can upgrade yourself. Now the reason why I got involved with this, and here's the brake cable. The brake cable is 77 inches long. Heck, the brake cable is probably worth the 18 bucks. The reason why I got involved with this carburetor is 32 millimeters right here, right the outside of it, as is the GY6 carburetor. So 32 millimeters, the ability to slide that on makes it so that I can put it on the LT 125 right here, right? I could slip that right on, and I don't have to go all kinds of crazy with that Makuni. I think, don't know, but I think it'll also fit the LT 160 right there. So that's, I mean, that's huge moves forward, right? I get to walk away from, I get away from the Makunis, and I get away from that crazy electric choke that I really don't like. Now, there's just one thing left. I'm not a big believer in the cable chokes either. I prefer the arm, and I've been doing some measurements, and it looks like this assembly swaps right onto here. Now, many of you already know I love the PZ27, the Kevin. You could get a nice cheap copy of it made in China for less than 20 bucks and all that other kind of stuff. What I like about it is the manual choke. I like it's easy to rebuild. I like the simplicity, the availability, and all that other stuff. What I also like about the PZ27 is, once again, with an adapter, I can put it on TRX 250s, I could put it on Lakotas, I can literally put this carburetor on anything. And it just so happens, because I've had so many 250Xs, 185s, and everything else go through here, that I have like a million of these scrap carburetors floating around. And quite honestly, they're all like missing something, because I'm always taking pieces off of them to put one thing together with another. And in this case, I took the clutch lever off and I just put it on the carburetor, this 32 millimeter carburetor that could either go on a GY6 or once again, I'm going to use it for these Suzukis, the LT125 and the LT160. Suddenly it gets that really complicated carburetor with all kinds of strange buttons and pulses and craziness, right? And it puts it all together in one place, a carburetor that quite honestly I love. Here's the people who made this. I don't know if they're considered great or not. Just a quick comment. They've really improved the quality. I mean, designed in Japan. Of the top part, you can see it's polished up much better. The additional polish makes it so that the gas doesn't seem to go as foul as quickly. But you can see the bottom still is not polished. That lack of polish, I think, makes gas not last a long time. But it just so happens it looks like, you know, this piece swaps right on too, right? I can even swap the bottom piece on. The difference is the valves off to the side. And by the way, having the gas drain off to the side makes it so that this carburetor also fits right on the GY6. So for anybody out there who's been fighting the choke problem with the GY6 and, you know, does my electric choke work, or it's not working, or it works sometimes, or how do I get around it? I don't like the electric choke. I want to run the GY6 without an electrical system. And you could do that because it's got a stator coil that'll fire a your regular ignition system, you know, your pit pipe type ignition system. The GY6 engine comes with a Kickstarter if you happen to build it into the kind of configuration on a go-kart or whatever that you can use the Kickstarter. And now by getting rid of the electric choke, you really just need enough electrical system, the bare minimum electrical system, to run your spark coil. So for those of you out there, and perhaps this isn't going to find a wide audience, but what it does is it fixes a lot of your problems. Once again, suddenly you're not fighting a GY6 carburetor that you got to hook up an electrical system to shut off the choke. Or for these guys here, they have all kinds of strange choke cables and primer buttons and all kinds of other things. You could get rid of all that by putting one of these 30, let's call it, the outside diameter is 32 millimeter, the inside somewhere around 24. So they call these PZ27s because they're 27 millimeters right here. So this could be called, I don't know, a PZ24 perhaps. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. I hope you found this interesting. One more time, that's the search you use, and that's who you should buy it from, and that's how much you should pay. Take care now. Remember, feet down, heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day, even these real windy ones like we're having today. Bye now.